Yo, what is going on, everyone in the XRP community? Hope you guys are having yourselves a fantastic day today. As usual, we got a pretty great thread over on Twitter with over 2,000 likes, and it's a bombshell thread of David Schwartz revealing the secret sauce and how what he is saying could come to fruition very, very soon. So guys, make sure before we do anything else, do smash likes and subscribe. Hope you guys are enjoying a little POV BMW drift. That is not me, but some guy over in Germany who's incredibly skilled at this. But let's go ahead. Let's get into the news of today. Schwartz reveals the secret sauce. Is his long-term vision of global XRP liquidity pools about to come true soon? Not clickbait, a thread. 15 tweets long, as you guys can see, blowing up on Twitter here. Also, David Schwartz, he's known to be kind of like a Ashish Birla, Navin Gupta, in the sense that he is one of those guys at Ripple that probably reveals the most information that's not exactly an official public press release, if that makes sense. David Schwartz has the infamous statement of saying that essentially XRP does need to be at a much higher price to function. Remember this tweet back in July? For the first time, let me blow this up a little bit. For the first time, this reveals the planned secret sauce, a continuous auction mechanism that incentivizes arbitrageurs to burn liquidity tokens and arbitrageurs sooner, more accurately, and more frequently to increase the benefits to liquidity providers. He's using very big words: secret sauce, game changer. He also tells us it's planned. It will give automatic market makers more incentives to provide liquidity. Blow this up again for you guys. Zoom out a little bit for the frame. A unique AMM implementation could allow those who provide liquidity for AMMs to take a large share of the profits that are normally taken by arbitrageurs. While an early idea, bringing this AMM approach to the XRPL could be a game changer. Using some pretty big words here. When I read this, I thought about some of the old Bob Way messages he made back in 2019 on XRP Chat, which is why we invited him to come on the stream and talk. And Bob Way really shed some light on the whole X pool thing, but he even like stated publicly, like on I think my stream or someone else's stream, that like he could not say that much about it. He had to be quiet about it. So anyone can provide liquidity. It's just an automation of market making. This is explicitly a trading strategy, and the purpose of a strategy of this kind is to get a return. I'll tweet more about this shortly. Okay. Bob Wade discussed two different topics that caught my attention. The first was central banks. Notice that no work in crypto companies and central banks were known at that time and was generally considered hype, an old Bob Wade tweet from 2019. Nice find. That is exactly why the term has become so popular. Once you have atomic settlement via two central banks, the game is over. And you guys know Ripple is pretty deep with the central banks right now. Every other central bank will follow, otherwise their country would be at a significant disadvantage. The other things he discussed was a patent or mechanism that would position XRP as a bridge asset in perpetuity. I believe I do remember this one right here. I think I've discovered the last algorithm that RippleNet needs to drive XRP into the bridge currency position, and also to maintain it there in perpetuity. But that algorithm won't necessarily be the first one employed to help XRP along that path. There are other ad hoc ways that might be simpler to implement and more effective for the initial corridors that companies want to deploy. He even made a whole page discussing the patent. You can read it here. This to me implies that it's a big deal. It would maximize the profit for the market makers, so to me it would lead to more market makers entering the space and providing liquidity for XRP, since they can more easily turn a profit. See, of course the patent works for any resource system. I remember this here. I remember this like on the XRP chat, and when he came on my stream, I think we streamed for like over 3 hours. There was always this one patent he was talking about that he would not talk too much about, if that makes sense. He had to keep it kind of low, keep it on the down low, right? So of course the patent works for any resource system, but if you implied the invention to money resources, then it would work as you explain. In your application of the patent, it would maximize the profit for the market maker while minimizing the incentive transfer to market makers. He's also mentioning pool quite a lot, so I'm wondering if that's a hint to X pool. And I remember a few years ago, the X pool thing was like a hidden patent people were discovering, and everyone was making huge theories about it, trying to stem off of Bob Way tweets to try to determine like what is X pool. And I think what X pool is, honestly, is what we have today as the Ripple Liquidity Hub. Because Ripple likes to, like, rename things. Like, what we used to know as XRapid is now ODL. What we used to know as XPool, I think, is now Ripple Liquidity Hub. So feel free to ask more questions if you were confused. Keep in mind, this is not a financial patent. It is useful in creating pathways for converting any type of resource to any other type of resource, aka the purpose of XRP. If your resource was water and you kept it in a pool in your yard, you might get sick of swimming and want to convert that pool filled with dirt. You do that at any potential conversion factor that you find suitable. I guess the patent or mechanism would hopefully lead to pools of XRP liquidity, which is the long-term vision for David Schwartz. My personal vision for XRP since 2013 or so was this idea of deep, open, public pools of liquidity that anyone, anywhere can contribute to and draw off of. A global market for assets that someone happens to already have exactly where someone else happens to need them to be. This is a longer explanation from Bob Way about the mechanism and why he's mentioning it. Must read. Not going to read that, though. I don't want to waste your guys' time. I think we already get the gist here pretty much. Now, overall, it seems that a mechanism would be implemented that would position XRP as the bridge asset. That Bob Way was assigned to find it in the company shows that it's a problem Ripple has been working on and apparently came up with some solution. Another question would be, why would they wait so long to implement it? To make sure everything, is ready before taking the next step. Bob wrote this in 2019, but it seems very likely that it's related to the AMM implementation Bob talked about. He implies that it would be deployed in several corridors at once. Ripple has opened up several new ODL corridors lately, and perhaps they wanted to wait until more markets were available to ODL, but this sentence kind of reveals it's ODL related. Gotta make sure like this is in frame for you guys. My apologies. High ROI encourages competition from new market makers, which is consumptive of XRP. Increasing competition in every corridor at once could be quite consumptive of XRP, which I think is exactly what's going on right now. Bob also tells us here that it might not be his mechanism that gets deployed, but it could be something similar. So perhaps Schwartz's suggestion is something similar. Okay, that notification you just heard is a... Look, I have this like $100 video game item that's like a knife, and they're trying to literally scam me right now. Like, this is a scam attempt live on the spot. Either way, it seems like a big deal since Schwartz called it planned secret sauce and game changer. Another interesting one today, guys. Think of it. Gary Gensler has meetings with his CCP counterparts who openly try to subvert U.S. sanctions, but sue Ripple, who has openly worked to comply with all such regulations, like meeting with the SEC in 2018, 2019. He also ignores over 70k XP holders that he claims to protect, and also wants those holders removed from the case. Last one for today, guys. It's not that Ethereum is better than XRP. It's that corrupt SEC officials met with members of the Ethereum Alliance to kill off Ripple as competitors. The thing is if you got a ton of haters, you're usually doing something right. All right, so go ahead and close out the remaining of this video. This is something I always like doing. Just take a nice long gander at all of the XRP price action history ever. And the main two segments you guys are seeing right here, we are inevitably going to repeat that and get into the next generation of XRP price and liquidity. Guys, banks, companies, large institutions going live all around the world with XRP, very quietly under the radar. But do believe, very soon, this will be a complete global pool for every single asset on this earth. Thank you guys for the video today. Really appreciate it. One last thing to note. I'm loving this here on the weekly chart. Old all-time high. New support. Launch up to the next all-time high. Catch you guys in the next one.